After a long day of packing and travel, we finally arrived. Our car so full we could hardly fit ourselves in, and now we had to get all of our gear down to the boat, down the long pier, but at least it wasn't raining.
The dock carts make the work easier, but they're still very heavy, and it's still a very, very, very long way down to the dock, then the other dock to the boat.
When we get everything down to the boat, we still have to move it down below. So we form a bucket brigade and transfer our bags one at a time so nothing ends up in the drink.
We had about 2 days worth of projects to get done around the boat, such as finishing up the Dodger install and adding the windows, installed new lifeline netting, changed the engine oil, filled the water and fuel tanks, and we had to store all that stuff we just brought down.
We rolled out all 300 feet of the new anchor road down the dock.
We measured and marked the anchor road every 30 feet. This makes it easier to tell how much we let out when anchoring.
I had to climb up the mast and fix an issue up in the mast track to help the sail go up. Luckily we installed these mast steps which make it a whole lot easier to climb. I am wearing a harness and a safety line though.
I climbed up the mast too, all the way to the top, and sprayed the sail track with lubricant on the way back down to help the sail slide more easily up and down the track.
Ready? Okay.
You can see the can of lubricant hanging from my harness. We tie on any equipment we take up the mast so nothing falls in the deck or in the water.
I rowed the dinghy to an open section of dock so we could lift it out of the water and move it to the foredeck.
We split our nesting dinghy in 2 pieces while it's still in the water. Both sections float independently, and it's easier to lift them one at a time. It takes all 4 of us to transfer each section from the dock to the foredeck. The bow goes on first, and the stern nests neatly on top. This is one maneuver that is easier to do from the water, since we don't need to step awkwardly over the lifelines, but there's no room for that in our slip.
And finally, it's time to go. Yay!
Yay!
Go reverse. Give the stern a little push there. A little more. Gives a good shove. Excellent, excellent. Okay, Mary, you're clear to go ahead and step on. And pull the bow to you a little bit. Give it a good shove, good pull, good hard pull, and then step on when you can. Perfect. I think we're good.
do you like to do on board the boat?
Knit, play, canoodle, and buckets, and read, and lots of other stuff that I and read, and sail. Sail! Yippee! And raise the sails! Raise the mainsail! Yes. Heave-ho! And drink, but not alcoholic stuff. Ginger ale! Yes, ginger ale, and root beer. And wait, water! Yes, and water. Not the water from over the side. No. And not that liquid over there in the black box. No, that actually is labeled black box. Because that's alcohol. And, let's see here. Eat cookies! And pick up 4-letter words. And eat all the candies in the drawer over there. Yes! And make Hannah wear my earrings if you haven't noticed. Turn your head. These are actually her earrings. Yeah, and, I did that. Get a little thingy that's connected to the camera at the moment. And work with the Dodger. And have fun.
Okay, so we're on our first day sailing up out of Port Hadlock up towards Port Townsend. Unfortunately, we're going against the wind and against the tide, so we're not making terribly good progress. We've got north winds at about 10 knots, 7 knots, something like that. We're sailing into. So, but we're maybe halfway there, and we've been going for about an hour and a half. So we left at 5 o'clock, and it's 6:30. So about an hour and a half. It's going to be a long trip, but very enjoyable, very relaxing. So this is what we do on easy days. Let's see what's going on over here. We got Beth all wrapped up, comfy cozy, reading a book, drinking tea. She was reading a book. Down below, I got the girls eating nutty bars, playing Cheeky Monkey, and have their Blancas game out. And we're cruising along in a couple of knots. We got the main up, and the drifter up, and Port Townsend's over there. But it's pretty calm. Nobody around but us cheeky monkeys. And that's the life on our sailing boat on an easy day.
Is it M or Ed?
Oh, hi.
Hi!
Oh, we've almost made it to Port Townsend. The wind picked up pretty good. We're sailing along at about 4.5, almost 5 knots into the current, so it's feeling pretty good. Still pretty much on a close haul. Turning a little more into a closer reach. Yeah, we're just about ready to sail across in front of downtown Port Townsend. Port Townsend, sailed all the way. Only took about 2.5 hours to get all the way up here. 2 hours and 45 by the time we got it tied up. So we came in just perfectly. And ready for a good evening. Dad forgot to turn on the camera, so we missed a perfect document.